Hi everyone, from the last couple of videos, we are just writing code. As you can see, we created Minitails HTTP client builder, request handler, and other classes. But we did not test the functions of these classes. For example, this build function. We don't know this function is working properly or not. We just written code. But how can we test it? The straightforward way is to call these functions in a ViewModel or the UI and see the results. Or we can log the results. But this way is time taking. And that is why I have not shown you that whether these functions are working or not. Because we will use these functions in our ViewModel and we will observe the results in the UI later on. But how to test these functions right now? Another option is we can write test cases and make sure functions are working fine. Now, this is also another topic that I am going to cover later in this series. So in this video, I am going to show you how to use Scratch files to quickly test your functions. In Android Studio, we can create Scratch files. And these files are not related to a specific project. Now first, let's see how to create a Scratch file. So you can go to File, select New, and from here you can select Scratch file. Or you can press Shift key 2 times and here you can write Scratch. Now you can create many types of Scratch files here. You can use this Scratch file for multiple purposes. For example, right now we are going to use it to verify our code. So we are using it for testing, but you can use it for debugging, you can use it for taking notes, and you can use it for a bunch of other things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select class path of the module. So right now I want to test my network module. So here I will select network. So this is my network module and I will disable the interactive mode because I don't like it. So interactive mode means whenever you will write something here, it will get compiled and you will see the output here in this area. So I will also mark this option, make module before run, because whenever you change something in your module, it will rebuild the module so that you have the updated changes in your Scratch file. Now what we need to do is we need to test this Minitails HTTP client builder and request handler because we have functions inside these two files only. Other files do not contain any functions. Let's open this Minitails HTTP client builder. And here I have made a little change. You can see I have assigned null to port because we don't want this port value for every API URL. That is why it is null. And then inside the build function, while configuring the default request, I am setting the port only when it is not null. So I have made this change. Now to test this Minitails HTTP client builder, I am going to use a REST API. And this is the API that I am going to use. You can access it as well. It is a dummy REST API that I found on Google. Now let's go to our Scratch file, that is scratch_3.kts, and our module is selected. Now here I will create HTTP client using the Minitails HTTP client builder class. So we have our HTTP client. Now let's see whether this client is working or not. So what we can do is we can write result equals to HTTP client dot get, and we want to get this API, and then we will get the body as string. Now this get is a suspending function and we cannot call it directly like this. So what we will do is we will use run blocking coroutine scope, and we can use it for testing because here it doesn't matter whether we block the main thread or not. So we have the result here. Now let's print the result. Now here you can see we requested this URL and it was a GET request, and if you expand you can see we are getting the result. So our HTTP client builder is working fine. Now we can also test our request handler. So here I will create another val and it is request handler. Now instead of calling this get, this time I will call request handler dot get and it will return, let's say, string only. Now here we can pass list of and API v1 employee and then fun. Now let's run the scratch file again. Make sure you are running it from here. So you can see we are getting the result. It is working absolutely fine. So this is how you can use scratch files to quickly verify your code. I think that's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something. In case you have any problem, question or confusion, you can leave it in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.